Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show.
We feel comfortable with Seela pulling her log. We just need a little more practice, and we'll do that off camera. We showed you successfully that she not only pulled the log on a straight path, but on a serpentine and around the cones. Now, we've done this in the past, a straight path with the stone boat. It's much heavier, but it's been a while. So for today, to start this show, we're going to give her some straight path practice. And we've got Scott holding up the single tree. I'm kind of going to guide this stone boat. Scott will be pulling it at first, but if it looks like Seela is doing well on a straight path, he's going to put the single tree down and let her pull the stone boat just briefly. Now, if there's trouble, the quickest way out of the trouble is the quick release on the chain that is connected to the single tree. And Scott knows how to do it, and it's a good quick release. And I hope we don't have to show you that that's what we have to do today. One small step at a time. Angela's going to go her usual step up.
Seela, step up.
She hears it. She hears it. Put the single tree down, Scott.
Good girl, Seela.
That's beautiful. I'm just holding on to the horns, not pulling or pushing. Okay, stop, Angela, but be careful, Scott. Yes. Now, you see the single tree was off the ground because this is such a heavy pull, but she did beautifully. And this is just a reintroduction to her and to you about pulling this stone boat with a little miniature Zebu Heifer. Now, this stone boat is going to serve three purposes. One, it's going to give her some more practice in pulling. Two, if we do want her to get something somewhere where we don't want to take a mechanical vehicle like a garden tractor, whatever, and we don't want to haul it ourselves in a wheelbarrow, we'll put it on the stone boat and have her haul it for us. And then thirdly, you see these horns on the back of the stone boat. When I get to the point where I'm going to be wanting to rope moving objects, besides my roping horns that are attached to an ATV or an electric bike, if I want to come back here and give Seela practice in pulling the stone boat, give my horses practice in raiding these roping horns and putting me in position, not for fast roping, but for slow roping. Sometimes that's even harder than fast roping because the horses maybe don't know how to rate something that goes slowly. So I'm going to use this training device, which is a roping simulator, to help me train my Morgan horses to rope and give me an opportunity to rope over their heads, besides their head, get them to put me in position. But if they don't, be able to rope in whatever position, because ranch roping isn't just out of a chute. It isn't just to put your horse to the left and rope the steer to your right. It's sometimes you have to rope from the front, from the back, or from either side, because there is no chute. There is no arena. You're out on the turf. You're out in the sand. You're out somewhere without fences, and you still need to be able to rope in order to do your ranch work. And that's all for today. Our next session with Seela, we're hooked up with the single tree, the quick release, to the stone boat. Kyle is going to be in charge of the single tree and the quick release. Angela is going to be in charge of giving Seela the commands to step up. Again, we're going to back up a little bit and make sure she'll do a straight path. And if things are going well, we're going to do a figure eight around the cones. And my cameraman will show you how the cones are set up. We want to do wide turns around the cone so that the single tree has plenty of space to move in the serpentine pattern without hitting the cones. When you start doing things like this, you really have to think about your tools, your vehicle, your wheels. It's not just the animal. So that's where we're at now in teaching Seela to pull the stone boat. You just stay by the single tree. I'll kind of hold on to this stone boat, but there's nothing much I can do with it if she starts spooking. Your job, Kyle, is Yeah, pick up that. As a matter of fact, pick up the single tree right now. So it's in the air. Yeah. Okay. And let's just have, if it looks like Seela's giving us a straight path, you can put it down, because we did this last time and she was fine on it. But we just want to make sure she's fine on it today. Okay, and I'm going to put this arm extension right here in the stone boat in case we need it to make our request clearer. Okay, let's go.
Seela, step up.
She hears it. She hears the stone boat. We're doing a straight path around the cone path. It's going pretty fast.
Step up, hop. Easy. Whoa. Ooh.
Okay,
Easy.
something happened. What do you think happened, Angela?
She probably felt a chain on her.
She
I think she felt a chain on her. back.
felt a chain on her, okay? Well, then maybe we won't do a figure eight today, but we will try to go back with a G and ha. Okay, Kyle, that was very good. I know, that's the hardest part. And I know that I'm not physically prepared to do that, and that's why Kyle is helping us here. Okay, I'm going to bring the stone boat over behind Seela. She seems to be okay on the sound. It's the feel. Although we've had her do G and ha with the chains many a time without the stone boat, maybe it's a different feeling because the stone boat is so heavy. Okay, pull it up.
Seela.
Quick release. Yeah, and it's kind of tricky not getting wrapped up in the chains and in the single tree. I'd say you can put it down, but be close by if you need to pick it up. Okay, Angela, your request, tell her
Step up.
real firmly.
Easy. Easy, easy.
She was getting a little bit distressed, so I think Kyle was right to pull it off. Okay, come on back. This is a challenge to a little mini Zebu heifer. It's a challenge. It's pretty heavy.
Easy. Step up, hop. Steady. Oh.
Again, if you have any concerns, Kyle, go ahead and quick release it. I want to see those chains get taut. I want to see her go a straight path without concern. And maybe just a slight haw turn, but not all the way. If we could stop on a good note, that's what I want to do
Seela.
after this pull of the stone boat. Let's see if we can do it.
Step up. Easy, easy. Easy, easy. Step up, hop. Steady. Oh.
She picked up that right rear and kicked at the chain. Okay, and you know what, Kyle, when you put the quick release on, it wasn't quite in the middle of the chain.
Yeah.
So I was kind of guiding it to keep it straight.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'd say that's enough with the stone boat for today, but you know that chain desensitizing, that we can do right now quite safely. Let's walk around a few times, you guys. I'm going to move the stone boat out of the way. We see a prerequisite skill here that isn't quite as solid as we thought it was.
Here, I'm going to set this down and I'm going to grab a longer chain.
Yeah, grab a longer chain so that he can pick it up easily. If she starts to spook and can get the chain out from her back leg. You know, this kind of desensitization, the sacking out of chains, of ropes, of straps, extremely important when you're pulling, whether it be with a cow, a horse, or an oxen, or a mule. Okay, let's go.
Seela, step up. Step up, hop.
On purpose, kind of let it touch her. Yeah, let it touch her legs. There you go. Yes, that's what she's spooking at. Did you see how quickly she moved her legs just then? She said, I better get away from that feeling.
Good girl.
Because she's not sure that that feeling isn't going to,
Easy.
yes,
Ooh.
be a predator. She wants safety.
Step up.
And I understand that. We have to help her understand that and be confident. And I know we can. We did it with her mom, Susie, and her pops, Rusty, a few years ago. She's just young and inexperienced. Okay, put it down.
Good girl.
Yeah, now she looks real relaxed. Angela's going to go around again. Kyle's going to let the chain touch her back legs, but not the cone. If the cone drops, that's yet another spooky object. So we need to stay clear of the cone.
Step up, hop. Easy. Good girl.
Nice.
Seela.
Nice body language now, but the chain isn't touching her back leg. We're going to on purpose touch it as we go around this west cone.
Easy.
Good. I see draft horses
Good girl.
just standing, almost standing on the chains. They don't mind. They've done it so long and so often that they say, oh, I'm not afraid of it. But Seela hasn't. Good, good, good. She's wondering. She's feeling it. And believe me, she feels something different now than she did when she had the log on and when she had the stone boat on. It's a much lighter touch.
Step up.
Step up, Seela.
Step up. Step up.
Step up. Good. Watch the cone. Okay, make another turn.
Give her a sharp G so she can feel it on her.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Either way, G or ha.
Give her a ha and then give her a G on that one.
Okay. Step up. The G was the problem.
Pull back and let it touch. Pull back on the single tree. Yes, and let it touch her.
Good
That's it.
girl.
That's what's bothering her. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did our camera see that? Good. That's what we didn't realize.
Step up.
We
G.
needed to give her practice, repetition.
Ooh. Step up.
Pull back when you touch her. Trying to keep the chain out from her leg. Yes.
Step up. G.
Okay, we have reproduced the sensitivity. That's what we're going to sack her out about.
Easy.
Before we next time try the stone boat.
Step up.
We'll be practicing
Seela. Step up.
quite a bit until I step up, step up,
Step.
step up. Boy, she's step up. She's tired. Okay, let's just stop on a
Ready.
good note.
Go.
All right, I think we learned a lot in today's session. I hope you did, and we'll show you our progress.
Good girl, Seela.
Now we're gonna take the tack carefully off. We
Good
always
girl.
take the tack carefully off because we don't want to cause any spooking in removing the tack. We always feel much better once we've gotten the chains disconnected. It's the pull. It's the pull that's different. It's the pull that's the challenge.
Step up.
And that's what we're doing with Seela. We're training her to pull. Our next session with Seela, we've been practicing getting her desensitized to or sacked out to, the feeling of the chains on her back leg. Now, she just lifted her back leg, but you know what? There's a fly on it. So they have tremendous feeling capability. I mean, if they can flick off a fly or feel a fly, she's kind of okay. Let's start moving. We're doing G and Ha around the cones without the stone boat on today, unless we get tremendously good response. It is a
Step up.
quiet,
Step up.
warm spring day. Here, Angela, let me have you use this crop as an arm extension, and it makes a noise. It's got a little leather flapper. And be real. If she's not answering the way you want her to answer, you have to increase the volume of your voice. You have to add another way to request it.
Step up, ha. Good girl.
Good. Now, is it touching her right rear? Yes, it is, says Scott.
Step up.
Okay. Okay, yeah, behind you. Step up. Yes. Good. It's kind of like a spur when you're riding. If you're not getting the answer by just leg pressure and body language and body balance, and request by your voice, you need to ask in a different way. So I brought that riding crop down because not only can you apply pressure with it as an arm extension, but it's got a little leather flapper
Step up
that
G.
makes an extra noise, which is another way to add
Easy.
volume to your request.
Girl.
Good.
Step up.
As soon as she slows down now, do the, yes. So she'll say, oh, I better not slow down, otherwise she's gonna get me with that blue thing in her hand. Okay, are you pulling back?
Huh?
Yes.
Step up. Seela. Step up.
On her hip would be better.
Okay. Seela. Step up.
Good. It seems to be working. It seems to be getting her focus, getting her willingness,
Good
giving
girl.
us the right answer. A couple more times. Figure 8. Let's do figure 8.
Okay. Step up, paw.
As soon as you feel sluggishness, reach back there with your left hand and that riding crop.
Step.
Sometimes
Step up.
them knowing that it's in your hand makes a big
Step
difference.
up.
Right now. Yes. You see what I mean, Angela?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Girl. Step up. Seela. Step up.
Yeah, when you're using your arm extension to give her a message, try to give her slack in her halter.
Okay. Step up, G.
She'll say, oh, wait a minute, I better listen to that request. And when I do, I don't feel this pulling feeling on my nose. So, okay,
Step up, paw.
make sure if she hesitates, yeah, you give her
Good
slack on her
girl.
halter.
Good
But
girl, Seela.
yes. Okay, but use your little arm extension. Good.
Step up. Step up. Seela. Step up.
Harder.
Step up.
Oh, she's pooping or peeing. No, she's peeing. Okay, but we allow them to stop to do their poo or pee, but now she has to, as soon as she's done, she has to know forward. Yes.
Seela.
Again, right.
Step up. Step up. Easy, easy. Step up.
Even on her shoulder if you can't reach her hip.
Come on. Step up.
But remember to release with your right hand. Let's say if I'm going to use my arm extension in my left hand, I'm going to release the pressure with my right hand.
Okay. Step up. Good girl.
Good girl.
Step up, paw. Oop, step up, G.
Step up G. We were having a little bit of trouble going G just before we turned the camera on, but she looks okay in both directions now to me.
Step up, paw. Good girl, Seela.
And
Step
that.
up, paw.
Has she kicked
Easy.
out at the chain at all, Scott?
That was the first time anything.
First time she did, just now.
Step up.
And that was probably the tightest I've had it.
Okay, and that was as tight as he's had it. Okay, then
Step up, G.
we're going to come all the way around. Come all the way, don't even go to the other end. We're changing the pattern. Come towards me right now.
Step up, G.
Okay, and let's take her over.
Seela. Step up.
Good. Let's take her over here, turn the camera off, get the stone boat put on. We'll try it a couple times. If we're getting good
Step up,
answers, we'll show you that we have
What's correct?
gotten improvement.
Oh.
And that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're
Okay.
trying to show you with each session.
up.
All right, now we've got the stone boat connected. And Scott is going to hold up the single tree for now. We're one person short on our team, so we don't have anybody from the camera. So here's what we're going to try to do to get a little bit more filming today of Seela's progress in pulling the stone boat. We're just going to go straight. And with Scott at the single tree, we think we're pretty safe. Although last time, Seela did get stressed by feeling the weight of the stone boat on her back leg, and she spun around, and luckily Kyle, who was holding up the single tree, and I was behind the stone boat, luckily Kyle was able to release the stone boat and then follow along with Seela so that the chains didn't get wrapped around her and the pressure that was scaring her was removed. So we're going to do what we can within parameters of safety today. We're going to see if we can go straight. Now you're going to go straight on the north side of the cones, okay? Does that look like enough space?
Yep.
Okay, let me just tell you, Angela, I've told you this before, but it's a hard one to remember. If Scott hadn't have been here holding up the single tree, you would have knocked the cone over. You really have to know how far away to be from any kind of a fence or a cone or an obstacle so that the thing that you're pulling doesn't knock it over, because that's yet another scary incident that we might have to deal with. But okay, let's see if you can step up and straight, and remember to use your arm extension to help you get her focus, and to say it another way. And Scott, no daydreaming, okay? Okay. And I am just going to, as soon as I think that we're doing okay and I can keep you guys in the camera, I'm going to take off my earphones and go behind the stone boat.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Step up. Good girl.
She doesn't seem to mind the noise. As soon as they get past this cone, I'm going to put the camera on the path, and I'm going to the stone boat. Keep going straight.
Good girl, Seela.
I haven't gone yet because I kind of want to zoom in here.
Steady. Oh. Ooh.
Now remember, oh good, she stopped square. Good. Now I'm gonna go there and we're gonna try, we've got a lot of space in the G direction. We're gonna try to G her around. I'll be on the back of the stone boat, and then start coming straight towards this east cone, and then stop before we have to deal with any cones. And we'll make a decision whether or not we want to go on. Okay, now I'm going to the stone boat. I have my mic on, so I'm hoping you'll be able to hear me. Think about the G turn, and you hold up the single tree at first until we turn G. Okay, let's go.
Seela, step up. Step up G. Easy, easy. Step up G. Ooh.
It's touching her left hip. She's doing fine with it.
Good girl, Seela.
Try to straighten out. Don't let the single tree down yet. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's stop.
Steady. Oh.
Okay. All right. We have a tack problem. It happened earlier. We're going to have to figure out why it happened. The grouper came off her tail. So I think that's our clue. That we better say we've reached our moment of resolution today. I'm actually quite pleased with our progress and with Seela's behavior. We've learned a little bit more about how to be clear when we ask for something from Seela, and how to make sure that when you're asking a different way, you remove the pressure of the first way, because that first way wasn't working. So she'll say, oh, okay, if I hear the flapper of that crop, and if I hear Angela say, step up in a loud voice, at least the pressure on my nose goes away. So maybe if I listen, she'll stop pressuring me with the crop, and I'll be giving the right answer. And oh, she's licking her lips. That's good. Okay, come on this way so I can show what I mean by the grouper coming off. We just need to make sure that a britchin stays on the back of her hip. Okay, and stop.
Ooh.
Good. Nice hoe.
Ooh.
Whoa, you see, when as soon as he lifted up the britch and come back around, Angela, just so we can show it.
Huh?
Okay, and whoa.
Ooh.
Okay, so why is the britchin coming off? You have any clues? Don't even try to put it on right now, because I don't want to deal with spooking her. What, Angela, what do you think?
Oh, Scott said that it's when she flicks her tail.
Ah,
really
she's
high
flicking her tail. Okay, does that mean we, because it was pretty tight on there.
Yep.
But you know, look, at the back of the britchin is kind of riding high. It's almost like maybe the cross straps underneath are too tight. Why is the back of the breech riding so high on her hips? We'll figure all that out before next session. We'll try to repair the problem and show you some more progress, because we definitely made some progress today. In today's session, we've been practicing. She's okay, Seela's okay, but not significantly better, so we don't want to hook her up to the stone boat today and do figure eights around these cones. That's for another session. But we have been using a bullwhip to help get her attention. Bullwhips are used to herd whole herds of cattle. So we don't whip her with it, but we make a noise when she's giving us the wrong answer. As we did last time, we used this crop that is actually for horseshoes, but it was effective with Seela because we could touch her on the hip and also make a noise. And then we're aiming towards being able to drive Seela, not just with a lead line, but with drive lines. And I made these special drive lines years ago for Susie and Rusty. I drove them, each of them with these drive lines, first with the help of somebody at the head with the lead line, and then we took the lead line off. We were able to give G and Ha cues with drive lines connected to a side pull which was on their nose. It gave us a little more control on their nose. So we're just showing you what we're going to use in the future. We also have a little bit of problem. We think Seela lost weight. And can you straighten out that yoke again? The reason that yoke keeps tilting is because the surcingle that's around her, behind her back legs, around her belly, keeps flipping over. Well, she must have lost weight because it didn't used to happen. So we're going to have to figure out a way to make the cinch a little tighter. And we're doing all of that between sessions. We're practicing off camera. We want to show you next time some improvement, improvement in, now watch how she's misbehaving. We're getting bad attitude. Step up. There we go, just a noise. Got her focus. Much better, good. And Angela's just tugging a little bit. Good, let's see if we can get her to haw. She's hawing just fine. If she stops again, we call that frozen feet. We'll deal with it. There, she's trying to be frozen again. Step up. Good girl. Immediate attitude change. We'll see if she can go back around and come back without correction, without pressure. We immediately remove the pressure when she gives us the right answer. We use any kind of tool. Frozen feet. Step up. Step up. Yes, even her pace quickens. Yes, and why don't we just stop here and give her praise. Very nice, Seela. Remove the pressure, give her reward, and we'll make progress. We'll show you as we go.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.